Hey friends, I hope you're all doing well and staying safe and healthy as we continue to navigate this pandemic. Here to give you guys another update on the latest from Bolivia and Ninosconvalor. As you can see, I'm recording this not as I have been up at the residential home, but here in my backyard. And that's because as cases here continue to increase, we're just taking extra precautions and trying to limit the number of people that are going in and out of the home on a daily basis. Here in Bolivia, we've now surpassed 52,000 cases, and sadly we're almost at 2,000 deaths, and those numbers are probably very, very low because of underreporting and under-testing. Cochabamba makes up 11% of the cases and 22% of the deaths. And it's being felt. I mean, the healthcare system feels like it's about to collapse. Some hospitals are turning people away because they don't have any more space. And that means a lot of people are self-medicating and trying to care for themselves here, which has sadly resulted in an increase in people passing away at home or even on the streets. Ninosconvalor has not been untouched by the pandemic. As you know, we've been taking some pretty strict protocols and precautions since March. Yet I have the unfortunate news to share that 4 of our staff this week tested positive for COVID-19. They're all doing well. Only one has any significant symptoms and she's recovering. It is our youth guide from our transition program and 3 of our caregivers from our residential home. But the good news is we tested all the rest of our staff and every kid, teen, and young adult in our programs, and everyone else tested negative. And so we're hopeful. We're going to care for our staff who are sick and make sure they have what they need to recover fully, and we're going to keep on pressing to do everything we can to avoid further cases in the NCV family. We have set up an isolation ward in the unfortunate case that a kid does test positive. We've got 4 beds set up, and we've got a couple caregivers with nursing backgrounds ready to join our team if need be. But yeah, so that's the first big bit of news. The second is news in progress about the education system. The Ministry of Education has been meeting with reps from the teachers union and parents, and they've been discussing the future of the academic year. Our school year runs from February to November, and so, I mean, this pandemic hit right at the start of the academic year, which wasn't great. And, well, technology does make virtual remote education possible. There are a lot of families, because of their very humble conditions or because they live way out in remote areas, that really can't benefit from these technologies. And education needs to be universal and can't be discriminatory. And so there's a lot of talk about whether or not the school year will finish or if they're just going to stop it early. They've already announced that every child will pass to the next grade. And so we'll let you guys know how that turns out, but that's a discussion that's taking place right now. As for the rest of our day-to-day, everything is going well. We thankfully haven't had any medical issues with our kids. Our staff continue to come up with just amazing activities to distract our kids, entertain them, and that's a big deal. I mean, our kids have not left the property for over 4 months now. And the fact that we don't have any major issues with depression or behavior is all up to our incredible staff. And so, big shout out to them. So yeah, that is the latest. We do continue to support the local police and healthcare workers through our outreach program. I'll be uploading some photos soon about some of that. But yeah, everything else is going really well. Thank you guys for your interest and your prayers. Testing all of our staff and kids and having to hire replacements is definitely a pretty big expense, and so I do want to just kind of shout out, if you're interested, I'm going to include a link with this video. If you're interested in helping us in our COVID-19 response as an organization, you can do that by following the link. And any amount makes a huge difference here. So take care of yourselves, and until the next update, see you later.